Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a tutorial using the Wet n Wild. This is the Comfort Zone palette, and I finally picked up this palette. I don't know why I waited so long, but I was like, you know what, this is less than $5. It's just one of those where like I need to pick up something. I need to buy some makeup, and this is really affordable. You can get this anywhere from like $3 something to like less than $5, and you get 8 eyeshadows. I got mine at Walgreens. You can find it like any drugstore. You can get CVS, you can get at Target, Walmart, Kmart. Wet n Wild is sold a lot of different places. And this is kind of like a first impressions for me, as you'll see throughout the tutorial. This is my first time using the palette. I really wanted to use it, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of my feedback of it. First of all, like I said, very affordable. And for affordable, you get 8 shadows. And it's actually really nice. You get some nice neutral shades up here, and then you get a lot of colors to play with. So you can really do a lot of looks. And I came up with this look today, and honestly, I don't use color that often, but I was like, you know, let's go for it. Let's do this. I used this color on my lid, and honestly, I was impressed by the pigmentation, by the blendability, and by the texture of these. Like this shadow in general, this, look at that. That was one swipe. I didn't even have to like rub on like you have to with some shadows. I'll show you guys right here, and it's kind of like a duochrome pigment. It's kind of blue, but it moves around. You can kind of get reds. And then you have like this dark palette right here. Jesus Christ, that is pretty pigmented. And that one's maybe a little bit more glittery, but still, nonetheless, you have this really beautiful green. Like, look at these colors. I am so impressed. I'll show you guys full swatches. But even like some of these shades right here, these 2 shades right here, this is like, it looks like it might be a little bit shimmery, both of these shades, but they're not. So these are really great to blend out in the crease to create like your transition color. So, because you don't want to use too much glitter all around, or it's going to just look like kind of, you know, like shimmery mess a little bit. You want some sort of mattes in there. And I actually used a matte from another palette or another single eyeshadow because I didn't think that, I thought this was going to be shimmery, but no, you could just use this as a transition shade, and I used this one in the crease. It was really, really great. Very impressed. I think you guys should check this out. Definitely pick this up. I'm so glad I picked this up, and I can do some really great affordable looks for you guys. I don't play with a lot of greens, but here you go. I have very inexpensive green to try out. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Let me know what other maybe affordable shadows. I know they have a lot of trios of the Wet n Wild shadows, but this for 8 shadows is a really great price. This is a really cute, really great like stocking stuffer if you want to get the trios even. Add some of those in there. Wet n Wild has a lot of great affordable products. So, alright, to start off, since all these shades are pretty shimmery, you can probably use the whole palette by itself, but I kind of want some sort of matte transition shade. So I'm still going to take a very affordable product. You can even just use your bronzer if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and use the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the color Peach Smoothie. And I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of fluff this around as my transition shade. And you can do this with that lighter shade. But I really just wanted something matte. I don't want too much shimmer since I'm going to use a lot of shimmer specifically on the lid. I was swatching all these colors, and the pigmentation is really good, and the smoothness, especially the one I'm going to use on my lid, that like bluish kind of green, that weird, I don't know, it's got like crazy like duochrome effect. Really smooth. I was really impressed. So I kind of wanted to use that on my lid. So for my crease, I'm actually going to go ahead and use that shade that says crease, but I kind of just wanted to lay down a brown, because then we're going to transition and use this color a little bit more in the crease to define, and then this color right here on the lid. So kind of go somewhere there. You could have used this color too. Maybe I'll add a little bit on the top. So I'm going to be using the Sigma E25 brush. You can even use the Morphe M433. And I'm just going to place this color into my crease. Maybe a little bit higher, because we're going to go in with a little darker color. So we're going to get light, dark, darker, darkest on the lid. And if you go from light to dark, it's a lot easier to blend out. And this is kind of my first time using this palette, so kind of like a first impressions. But yeah, so that color in my crease is not, it looks shimmery in the pan, but it doesn't come off shimmery in the crease, so that's really nice. So I'm not like over intensifying the shimmer. And as you can see, the pigmentation is really good. Honestly, I did not expect much, but I'm pretty impressed so far, so good just with that color. I'm just going back in with that fluffy brush, and this is a Sonia Kashuk 109 brush, and I'm just going to blend out that crease color. I'm going to blend out every color as I go, because that just makes it easier later for the transition. And if you feel like you lose a little bit of color, you want to intensify, just add and blend, but the color did not disappear as I am brushing away. And honestly, I love this fluffy brush. This is a really great fluffy brush. So I'm going to take this NYX Jumbo Pencil, and this is in the color Black Bean, and I'm going to place this all over my lid just in preparation so that lid shade, it's going to be even more intense. And you can do this with a white or a black base shadow. Normally darker colors, I might like to use a black base, but to your liking. And these NYX Jumbo Pencils are really good. So I'm just going to do this pretty low because I don't want to blend it out too much and too high, because you don't want to go into the crease because then it gets messy. And you can go with your finger, or I'm actually going to use this Sonia Kashuk number 110 concealer brush just for a little bit of added control and just kind of blend that out. Alright, now that you've got your panda eyes, the look is complete. No, just kidding. So we're going to take this definer color right here, this bluish color, but it's got a cool like dual chrome effect when you add it. And I'm just going to pack this onto my eyelid. And I'm even going to go ahead and take some of this Pixie Glow Mist, but I kind of want to see how it, you know, does on its own. And then see, you know, I'm going to enhance it anyway. I do that with all my eyeshadows. With a look like this, you definitely want to do your eyeshadow first and then do your foundation, because you're probably getting some fallout. And mind you, I usually use my MAC 242 brush because that's a synthetic brush and that's really good to help pack on color, but this is actually the one I'm using. It's just a regular crown brush. I'm not sure there's no number on it or anything, but crown brushes are really inexpensive, so you can even use the e.l.f. brushes to do this, or the Sonia Kashuk, and this is just a regular shader brush. It's not synthetic at all, and that packed on the color really nice. So if you're using a synthetic brush, that's gonna be real good. So now I'm just taking a clean, no additional product, and I'm just gonna blend this carefully and blend a lot just to make sure there's no harsh lines. So this might take a while. And this is crazy, when it blends out, it doesn't blend out blue, it almost blends out like a maroonish burgundy, so that's kind of like adding on a crease color. It's really weird but kind of cool. It's like darkening that crease color that we put. So I mean, this might just be it. All you might need. I'm even gonna go in and get some of the eyelid color and just gonna add that to my fluffy brush and just blend out up, just so we get that like transition shade. And that shade is actually not too shimmery, so yeah, honestly you could have used that as a transition shade, but I was just playing it safe. It looked more shimmery than it is. I'm just going with another clean brush because honestly when it comes to like smoky eyes, the more clean brushes that you use, I've learned to blend out, the less like messy everything ends up, because that happens. Because look, this is a clean brush and that was just from blending. I'm gonna go ahead and take that brow bone color and just add that underneath my brow bone. I like that brow bone color. It's not too intense. Usually a lot of brow bone colors are like intense stark white. So I cleaned up the edges with a makeup wipe, and then I'm going to go in with that darker color after I do my wing liner to kind of define a little bit. Just because when I do my wing liner, I kind of have a better idea of right where in the crease I kind of want to add. Be careful touching your eye, you might get some on your finger. I've already primed my face using the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminate. I love this. Oh, this feels so good on my skin right now. For a nice illuminating feeling, great drugstore option if you want a little bit more of a glow when using your foundation. And for foundations, or actually before foundation, I'm just going to go in real quick with my Sonia Kashuk, and this is the All Covered Up concealer, and I'm just going to use that just to kind of hide any blemishes that I might be having on my face. And I'm just going to go in, this is a Sigma P80 brush, or you can use your finger, but I just wanted to be a little high maintenance today. Just let me dab this on any spots I might be having. So I'm actually going to be mixing foundations today, and I'm going to be using the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation and the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, because this one is a little light and this one is a little dark, so why not combine them? And just wanted to see what the mixture would be like, especially since I really like the coverage for this. It's like it can be like a nice medium coverage, and then the L'Oreal True Match is definitely a lighter coverage. So I don't know, I just felt like experimenting and playing with some foundations today. Alright, so I just mix it up with my finger. I'm just gonna add this on my face, and let's hope that's all I need, because I don't want to have to mix again. And I'm using a kabuki brush, so I don't need as much foundation, so it'll give me like really good coverage right off the bat. And I like to kind of spray my foundation with either if it's Max Fix Plus or this Pixie Glow Mist, which I have been loving. I mentioned it in my November favorite. Same thing as Max Fix Plus, just a drugstore version, a little bit cheaper. Want to save some money, but I just like to kind of moisturize my brush a little bit. And blend out. To set that bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. Really great, really inexpensive, really affordable. I think they have a couple other colors as well, but this one seems to work really, really well. If you want to go a little further and contour specifically, I'm going to take the NYX blush, the NYX HD blush in the color Taupe. And I'm just going to take that with a Sonia Kashuk. This is kind of like their chiseled contour brush specifically. As you can see, it's got like a little flat head. And I'm just going to take a little bit because this stuff is pretty pigmented. And I'm just going to place this like specifically to define my cheekbones. How about I let you guys see? And this is going to create more of that shadow effect. And then the other place I like to put it is underneath my chin. And then I'm just going to go back in with that brush just to kind of blend out. For my blush, I'm going to use L'Oreal True Match blush in the color Innocent Flush. This is a really nice peachy blush. I kind of want to keep it neutral. It's like, do I want to do peachy neutral or do I want to do pinky neutral? What I love about these L'Oreal brushes is they kind of have it kind of like the foundations, where they have them separated into warm, neutral, and cool tones. So that's pretty cool if you want to find one specifically like that. And I've been trying this one, and so far I really like this one, so now I want to try some more. I was like, why haven't I tried these before? For my highlight, I decided to take this e.l.f. highlight in the color Gotta Glow, just because I haven't used it and I wanted to use it. And I'm using a Morphe M501 brush. Ooh. Why haven't I used this? Huh, you know what I forgot to do? My face powder. With dry skin it doesn't always really matter, but oops. Just lightly, I like to take it on this like Eco Tools stippling brush so it doesn't add too much product. And then just go ham and blend everything up lightly. Go lightly. I'm not like digging into my face because that'll like really brush everything off. So I went ahead and added my liner and lashes off camera because the lashes I were actually struggle this time. I used the NYX matte liquid liner for my wing, and then I went ahead and used the Ardell number 206 lashes. The only thing about these lashes, I would say the band is a little bit thicker, so it's not as like flexible as say my regular like demi wispies, which is what I really love. So these were, I kind of had to like bend them and kind of get them to fit a little bit better, you know, wear them in I guess a little bit. So I added those, but I like that they're kind of a little bit open. They're like long exaggerated baby dolls. They're like the Red Cherry number 10 but like on steroids. So if you like those, but they kind of peek through so you can still see that blue. So I'm going to continue, and I wanted to get my wing liner on so then I can add just a little bit on the outer crease just to add some definition, or you can just leave the look like this. But with the wing liner, it definitely brings it together to begin with. But I'm going to go ahead and take that definer color, and I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm just going to go out in the outer edge and just kind of fill in. And this color looks burgundy, but this comes off really, really dark. So just like it's like a chocolatey dark burgundy. So that's really great for the outer edge. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that in. And then I'm just going to add some smokiness. So you can do this before or after, but it's just a little bit easier, as you can see, compared to here, to do it once you kind of know where to place it with your wing. And I'm not bringing this all the way in, just the outer third, halfway in-ish of your eye. And I'm just gonna go in. This is a crown brush, also has no name, but it's a little bit fluffy-esque. It's still small enough, and I'm just gonna blend that out. Before I do that, I'm gonna take my MAC Kohl pencil in the color Costa Riche, and I'm gonna line my waterline. Alright, now I'm gonna go in and define underneath my eye. And I'm just pressing this just to define that lash line. For my lips, I'm definitely going to go neutral because it's always a little crazy up here. So I'm going to go with the Sonia Kashuk Velvety Matte Lip Crayon, and I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to use a lighter color in the middle, and this is the color Mulberry Nude. This is really nice because it's like a pencil, so you can just use this as your lip liner all around and then do another color. So I'm going to go in with this one first. Then I'm going to take the color Matte Innocence by Milani and just kind of place that more in the middle and kind of lighten up this color. This color on its own, it's great. This is going to be a lot nuder on you if you're of a lighter skin tone than me. If you want to go more on the glossy side, or if you just want to add an extra lip product, I'm going to go ahead and use the NYX Butter Gloss in the color, what are you? Fortune Cookie. And this is a really light color. I like to use this to lighten up any lip color, because sometimes you want glossy. Take a break from the matte lip trend sometimes. Then I'm just going to go ahead and give my face a nice glow with the Pixie Glow Mist. And that is a completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was really impressed by this palette. I did not think I was be as impressed as I was. I hope you guys picked this up. This was maybe no more than $5. You can get it at Target, Walgreens, Walmart, so many places, drugstores, affordable. So definitely if you want to play with some color, if you want to experiment with some shadows, this is one I would definitely recommend. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.